We're almost here.
Happy,
I think we're live.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Oh, I can't aim this right now. So I'm going to pull this pillow down.
So the chicken tortilla soup went really well, and you had a recipe, but then you just decided to do your own thing.
I looked at 8 different recipes. And I didn't like any single one of them.
Yeah.
So other than like the timing and like, you know, how to add stuff in, I just totally like ignored the rest of it. Because I know what I like in soups, and I know what I don't like in soups. So I just did my own thing.
Yes.
Hey, Harry.
Hi, Harry. How are you?
We're
Happy
both.
New Year.
Joyce. Happy New Year, Joyce.
Joyce got to join. Yay.
Joyce, this year I'm going to start actually using your journal you gave me, because that's just on my list of things to do. It's been a very productive year already for me.
I would say I'm being productive because I'm doing, tasks that I need to do. It's just because it's packing and invoicing, and it's taking me all day long.
It takes a long time. That's why I like shortened my sales to only sell like a certain amount. Like, so that even if I sold everything, I would have plenty of time to like package it within that evening, because it's a lot.
It is. And I would say, maybe I've had 12 different boxes to do. And that doesn't seem like very
10's my max. So that way, like if I sell 10 things and they each go to a different person, then I'm good.
Yeah. Hi, Sheila.
Hi, Sheila.
Happy New Year to everyone.
2023. You know what? This is my now. Hey, Twist. It's officially my double prime year, because I am a prime number at age, and 2023 is a prime number. So we got prime squared happening here.
Oh,
I'm manifesting it.
This is Angie's year.
My year. I'll make it happen.
We're calling it. January 2nd.
Hey, Karen.
Hi, Karen.
Well, you know what? I don't know if you saw, like, if you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw it, but I stayed home for New Year's. I still don't like to be around a lot of people, so, because I still haven't had COVID. So, I just hung out. I made a drink using some bubbly. I was watching some terrible Netflix movies. And then when it started getting closer to midnight, I put some classical music on my record player. Because you know what? Records don't have ads.
Imagine that.
I can just
Harry
put on a record. Because I got a bunch of collections when I was with Sheila at her favorite thrift shop. And so, because like I have my Alexa play classical music in the morning, and but then, I'll be very calm, and then suddenly, and the ads are super loud. So then they interrupt me. I'm 37.
She's 37.
I'm in my prime, as in, not divisible. So so I put on, and I started with side 1. Hey, Sandra. And it was Carmen, and then something else. And then side 2 was Bolero. And that's what ended up playing when the clock struck 12. So I videoed my antique clock ticking over the time. It was way better than a stupid ball surrounded by billions of people.
I have to say, the chime on your clock, it's pretty epic. I love the tone.
It's so good.
Yeah.
So that was my New Year. I was very happy. And then I went and had breakfast early on the 1st with my friend. It was great.
That sounds so nice. I had a great sale with Pamela on New Year's Eve.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, that's what I did first. So
Yes.
I helped you mod and then.
Yes, you did. It was so appreciated. You did an excellent job. And you know what?
So my second best Christmas present. Well, actually, I got a lot of good presents this year. My friend Jeremy gave me Earl Grey gin.
Yeah.
And that's what I was drinking while I was modding.
Yeah.
Slowly. I was drinking it slowly.
You didn't make too many typos. I did when I was watching the replay. I saw one.
Sometimes it happens. Well, the first time I typed in your email, which was like early on in the evening, my phone would put in Antigua agenda. I was like, that's not right. What are you doing? Anyway, happy Monday, everyone.
Yes.
I hope you all have had a fantastic start to 2023.
I know. There is something about the whole New Year switch where everyone starts talking, and for some reason it's not. I mean, it's just another week, but mentally,
yeah,
it does kind of feel like a reset,
fresh start.
Yeah,
you know, the past is the past. Let's move forward.
What was last year's last year.
Mm-hmm. Oh no. Joyce says it's like Groundhog Day.
It's like Groundhog Day? Oh.
Same day over and over again.
Yeah. Is it a good day? If it's a good day, that might be might be like your definition of heaven, really.
I mean, last week this time it was still freezing cold here. Hey, Spirit. And now we're in like the 60s and 70s.
Mm-hmm.
It's bonkers.
It's still cold here. It's cold, and we're supposed to be getting snow tomorrow. I don't know when I'm going to be.
Like, if it hadn't warmed up, we would have a lot of snow because we had some major rain over the past couple of days. Yeah. Well, I mean, apparently I had a lot to say tonight.
The movie Medium Days. Oh, Groundhog Day, the movie. Like I said, if it's a good day, I wouldn't mind reliving it. Yeah. Oh, Harry's ready for some snow. If I could send it to you, Harry, I would.
She says, take it.
I really, if I'm, I like to go out and, go to estate sales or go to antique stores, try to get, some video here and there. I try to do it at least once a week. And in the wintertime, sometimes I don't like the roads. I have a hard time dealing with it. I get, I have anxiety. So if I think I'm in danger, I don't want to go.
That's my clock, Spirit, ticking, my antique 1911 clock. If it's too loud, let me know and I can stop it. I've actually gotten, I thought it would bother me, but I've actually gotten used to it, and I really like if nothing's happening or if I'm reading or whatever, it's actually soothing.
Sitting here listening to it in your background, I love it. It's great. If I was on your couch trying to go to sleep,
yeah, no, that wouldn't be good. Well, there's a reason
pulling my hair out.
There's a reason it's not in my bedroom.
Yeah. Michelle, I sent you an Instagram message. I don't know if you saw it. I was thinking about you.
It does keep a good time. Actually, I always thought that most old clocks ran slow, and you would have to. Mine, it picks up a minute every day.
Oh.
So whenever I wind it, I just have to stop it and wind it, and then in a few minutes let it go again, because otherwise, because it chimed like 2 minutes before we were live because I wound it 2 days ago and it's picked up 2 minutes.
Yeah. Thank you, Harry. That would be awesome. I
Ooh.
I am
I have to look. I have some cabinet cards. I'll
like,
have to
like
see.
with the black ribbons, and sometimes they have the jewelry. Like there's like certain signs where it's definitely like morning dress.
Oh yeah, I told somebody, in real life about the hair jewelry, the morning jewelry,
Mhm.
and they were like, "What?" I was like,
Yeah,
"I
the
know,
hair
that's a little
jewelry.
bit."
A lot of the hair jewelry was sentimental jewelry,
Yeah.
but it crossed over into
Mhm.
both avenues.
Yeah.
Right. Yes. Oh. Oh, okay, cool. Hi, Mary.
Hey, Mary. Shall we begin?
Yes, let's do this. Let's look at some pictures. I found some fun ones. How about you?
I found some fun things.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm excited for. You'll see.
Okay.
Well, this
Ooh.
is my first. Well, I was inspired by the new year, and I
Yes.
saw this tablescape, and the black and the gold was just so simple, but
Ooh, elegant.
elegant, very elegant and celebratory. So I thought it was perfect. And I love that floral arrangement.
It's
It's
stunning.
like the only color on the table, outside of the gold. So
Mhm.
like you could use whatever colors you want. I just thought, those blush.
Mhm.
Um,
Are
oh,
those ranunculus?
I think
Ranunculus?
those are ranunculus,
Mhm.
and then a little bit of maroon, and it was just super pretty. So that's why. And I like the little noisemakers in the glass
Mhm.
because then you got your noisemaker,
Yeah.
and it's adding to the decor.
Yes. I love it's fancy and I love it.
Mm-hmm.
It's has a little bit of regalness to it. It's just
Mm-hmm.
fancy. And you know what? If you wanted to do
Love
this,
those lights.
but then if you're like, oh, this seems too formal, you can just leave it just as it is, and then maybe add like little bees or something, like something cute to kind of like try to less formalize it. Because sometimes fancy can make people feel uncomfortable or like they can't relax. But if you just add something whimsical in there to the fancy, all of a sudden it's easier to absorb for some folks.
Well, or add in some less formal plates to the gold.
Mm-hmm.
So like, if you have a floral plate that matches the color of your arrangement, stick it in between those two,
Mm-hmm.
and then it dials down the fanciness just a touch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it though. It's
Mhm.
beautiful. I love it.
So that's mine.
That's gorgeous. Okay.
Oh, I have another one, but you're next.
Okay. So it looks like it's a sideways, but I just couldn't find a way to put the title. So I put the title sideways.
Okay.
So what I found instead of an actual tablescape was these tiered trays made by Karen Kane. And I thought it was more of like a tablescape inspiration craft idea because I'm sure she does
So
something
is
much.
she a resin artist then?
I believe these are resin, but I still liked the idea. Like even if you just found glass plates and did pressed flowers underneath, I liked it. And this one on the bottom that looks like a mess, it's actually a glass heart plate with
rose petals and gold.
petals and then the gold flakes in there.
Hey, Dana Grace.
Hi, Dana Grace. So she has a whole Instagram page of these things that she makes, and a lot of them are videos. And I thought, ooh, that'd be so
That's
pretty on a table.
The one on the right looks like there's feathers in there. Are those feathers?
I don't know. She has butterfly plates as well as these like floral plates. She had trays. I mean, she does a lot of different things. But I was thinking, if anyone watching wanted to do something inspired by this, I thought like the pressed flowers idea or petals could be something you could like. Don't some people you can put it on the back of a glass plate and like kind of decoupage it on? or no?
Yeah, you can do that. Or there's also like rub-on transfers
Mm-hmm.
that you can do as well. But if you have like one plate that's a little bit bigger, I mean, you can just sandwich it and then you can change it out. You don't have to permanently
Mm-hmm.
affix.
Yeah, the videos were great. So I was just, I find this titillating. I
know.
would like
Resin is something I keep like avoiding because I feel like I would go down a rabbit hole and then I would have to make everything and it would be so bad.
Yeah,
But
so I liked these. These I thought were inspiring to me. Ooh, is that a cheese plate? What? I see.
oh yeah, so this is all from this person's New Year's tablescape, but I loved including the clocks.
The clock plate.
The hourglasses.
Oh yeah.
And then this is all clear glass. So when we say, the clear glass is great because these aren't all matching patterns, like if you look at the cheese board table and, of course I love a tiered tray.
Yes.
Silver, chrome, whatever. I don't care. But I think you could use the clock idea for a birthday party too. It's a little dark, but I like that. I think that's fun. Time's a ticking. You can hear it. So, yes. But I loved the clear glass mixed with the silver candlesticks, and I do love those clock plates. Now I'm gonna
those clock plates.
They're fantastic.
They're fantastic. Here's the thing. I don't know if I would ever entertain, have a party for New Year's. I just don't have friends that come over for New Year's. If I had friends that would come over for New Year's.
Michelle, I'm just a little dark. If you haven't figured that out by now.
But yeah, that table I agree with Geneva, the hourglass and the little clocks. Framed. I'm wondering if that's an actual clock in just a fancy frame, or because that's an adorable frame on that clock.
I think it is. And then there's a little clear glass or crystal clock right in front of it. And then there are little clock buttons on the charcuterie table, like pins that you can wear. Like those things that are scattered around the table.
Yes. I see them now.
I'm pretty sure they're pins because they aren't like laying flat. They were either pins or some kind of candy, which if you could find clock candy, that would be fun.
That would. This is an awesome table. This is so inspiring.
I can't zoom in, Spirit, but I can. If you follow this person, the tablescaper, this is from Instagram.
Hey,
Susan, I saw the Santas. They're amazing.
I know. I was telling Angela, I'm like, oh, that middle size is so cute.
So yeah, if you go to the tablescaper on Instagram, you should be able to zoom on your phone or on your computer screen. So,
it's awesome.
Yeah, I just love this.
It's so great.
So you can start planning your fancy New Year's party for next year. Keep an eye out for clocks and clock faces.
I think we should. And maybe what I could do is I could have like a little New Year's romantic table for two or something with the crystal, and then do this.
Yes. Sweetheart table.
A sweetheart table for New Year's. Exactly. That I could do. Love it. Yes.
I did a sweetheart table for myself on Christmas. Sweetheart party 1. Fancy tea. I love this.
And here's the funny thing. That I'm not this adventurous in real life, but I love this. Like, you
could be.
I could be. Here's the thing though, like when I'm actually in my kitchen, like for example, like I have I like my brown transferware, and I only have like a few red transferware with more red in it. So I will put that out at Christmas time, but I have to have it all be one color because I feel like it doesn't look right. But then I see this picture and it looks oh so right.
Geneva, twist, have a party of one. Or we could have a party together but virtually. I have a Zoom account.
Hi, Jeannie.
We could party together apart.
Yeah, that maybe
I'm very good at that over the past 3 years.
We could totally
We could have a B&B mixer.
Yes. That's what we have to do. We really need to do that, like maybe for Valentine's Day we should.
Valentine's Day.
Maybe we should have a Valentine's Day mixer party and just have, but you guys are going to have to make a table.
Yeah, you'll have to show us. We don't have to do it on YouTube or StreamYard. If you don't want to be on, on the tubes, we can do it on Zoom and just
we can Zoom it for sure.
So
anyway, here's the thing. I love this, but
great.
I don't know why.
The thing that makes it is the super calm beige cabinet.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe
if it was in like white would work too.
Mm-hmm.
But if it was in like another color or something more vibrant, I think it would be too much.
I'm really, and here's the thing. I'm also seeing this because I'm looking at Tablescapes a lot because of the show. I am noticing that I am really being drawn to some of the colorful mixing with the transferware colors as color plates too. So I'm liking it on the cabinets. I'm liking it on the table. I'm wondering if maybe I should broaden and get some more multicolored transferware instead of just the.
Well, you love my Queen's Castle.
I love your Queen's Castle. Oh my gosh. Oh, who was I watching? I was watching somebody. Don't remember. I think it might have been Jean. Her cabinet, she has it was very much like your Queen's Castle. It was like a winter transferware scene that was multicolored. I loved it. Okay. So the pattern mixing, it's inspiring me, and I'm thinking maybe I should push branch out.
Look for a platter, because that's a large piece that you can mix with your brown and
Yes, I'm thinking I might do that.
Heather and I will workshop the idea spirit, and we will keep in touch. Look at that mirror. Oh
so I have a fancy mirror, big fancy mirror, and so I saw this, and here's what I thought. My mirror does not have the depth to put a garland over it, but I was really inspired by these feathers.
I love the crystal drops.
And the crystal icicles. I loved that too. But I don't think I could put that. I don't know. I don't know if I could put that on my mirror because my mirror is a little flatter. It doesn't have like a lot of depth. It's kind of flatter to the wall, but it's super fancy. It's Italian, like very Italian, Baroque looking. But the feathers I could stick in on the top, and I was just, this is, you guys, like this. It's an inspiring interior, and this is something like I'm going to look for this year. I'm going to look for feathers. And here's the thing. I know I could probably buy feathers on Amazon, but I don't do that. I see an idea, log it in my noggin, and then when it arrives and it comes up to me, then I get it. So sometimes I don't get things for years, but I have it in my head. Like when it comes my way, secondhand somehow, then I'll get it.
And on the right, that's a lanthorn shelf like mine.
Is it?
Yeah, except it has 2 shelves instead of one. The mirrored corner shelf.
Uh-huh. Oh,
the lanthorn. So
yes, because of the mirrors.
Yeah, you would put your lanterns or candles to bounce the light. It was often used in like corners of stairwells because that's like a very dark part of a house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I included this. Oh, hey, Kathy. I included this picture because I need to remind myself of what inspires me and what attracts me, because I really love this. And more of the eclectic busyness clutters on the wall than on the desk. And I'm having an issue because my flat areas, I'm putting so much stuff on it. I think I need to, it's a hard thing. The conundrum of being a collector and wanting to show all of the collections, and then looking at the room and going, why does my room look more like an antique booth than an actual really nice home?
Oh, I know that feeling.
You know what I mean? So I put this up here as like, okay, Heather, you really love this. Maybe you don't need as many things on your actual flat surfaces.
Yeah, like just focus on like a few of your like absolute favorites, like those fancy ladies I see there.
Yeah,
I love. And then it has just a couple pieces of glass. Are those perfume bottles or decanters?
I don't know. I think it was this room was obviously antique / I'm going to call it European, maybe English. It's got the club chair and it's so much brown. I love these kinds of photos. I just love leather, brown furniture, and brown.
Brown is good.
It inspires me. Okay.
Hey, Spirit, you got to find your inspiration wherever you can. So, this is both a celebrating collection and an inspiring interior. So, this is a personal library.
Oh my God.
Belonging to the man who I believe owns the company that Priceline belongs to, Walker. So he has always been a fan of like sci-fi and, imagination. So he had all these books and he's like, you know what? I need to build a library. And his is the library to the history of human imagination.
Oh my God.
So first of all, is there anything that strikes you about like the stairs?
Yes, I see like it's either clocks or moons or something.
Well, so he had an artist that so those light up with LEDs, so he can like change the light basically of the whole library with the press of a button.
Oh, it's lit. Oh,
they're lit up, but they're all like things that are important to like human invention or human imagination. So like there's the Acropolis, there's various things. But is there anything about the placement of the stairs that strikes you? Like an artist? Does it
MC Escher? Is it an MC Escher?
It's absolutely based on MC Escher because he finds his art to be full of imagination, which it absolutely is.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the floors are like an homage to his tessellations as well.
Yes. I see it.
But so this is the main floor, and like he brings when he's doing like brainstorming, that's where they sit to do their brainstorming because he feels like if they're surrounded by all of these things that it will spark creativity. The chandelier is a chandelier from a Bond movie. The all the books aren't categorized in any way. They are purely shelved by height.
Wow.
So he like goes and looks at them and like it's a journey. Like looking at anything is just a journey. Mm-hmm. So I think he lives in Connecticut. And like they had to like reinforce like around this with steel because everything's so heavy. Mm-hmm. But so this is another view from down below. That ball is actually part of Sputnik. It was a backup part of Sputnik.
Oh my God.
This man has money, y'all. Okay.
But it is extremely inspiring.
It is so inspiring. What I like is that it's not a specific collection in the way that we talk about collections. Like, yeah, you collect glass or whatever. It's a collection around an idea, imagination, and he just he ran with that. And like you see, there's like that plane thing there. That's a model of some kind of. There was a lot.
Maybe it's the stealth planes. Maybe.
No, I think it's the plane that's so fast it can only be run by computers because humans can't react fast enough.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I'll have to look at pictures of that. So,
wow.
I just had to include this picture because look, it's got the library ladders.
Yeah, those are so cool. The ones that shimmy across the walls.
And I love the curtains with the tassels. So let's see. Imagine, yeah. And so here are close.
Oh my God.
So these books are some of those bejeweled books. You know, like one of them is coated in rubies.
Oh my God.
That's one thing of his collection.
Flutter.
And that you should read about this collection because it's amazing. It's amazing. And then
yes, wowzers is right.
On the left here, one of those is a meteorite that fell to Earth. That is do you know what dinosaur that comes from?
I don't. Triceratops?
No. Stegosaurus.
Steg. Oh.
Right, Spirit? It's amazing. Now, this isn't open to the public. This is a private library. This is purely for him. Like, he has let people come in, like, who, you know, do certain things. But I highly recommend that you read about it.
I agree.
Well, I gave it away before people could guess. It's a Stegosaurus. It's a Stegosaurus one. There are he has like an entire raptor skeleton too. But there were more pictures.
It's a dream. I mean, it's a dream. He created his own museum, and it's gorgeous.
It's fantastic. It's like fantastic. So, and later on in the Meteor Musk, you'll find out how I learned about it.
Oh, very cool.
I mean, it is absolutely 100% prodigious and extravagant. But some of these books are like comic books. Some of them are like, you know, pulp fiction.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not anything really extraordinary, but then
like all the Lovecraft probably. And
oh yeah, Lovecraft. Obviously, since he's got a James Bond chandelier, he's got all the James Bond novels in there and things like that. So,
hey Angela, thanks for coming.
So yeah, I wish I had pictures of all like the etchings, but they talk about. Yeah, well, we'll come put a pin in that, Catherine.
Okay,
we'll get back to that later. So, I think that's the last one for but I had to merge these two. So both celebrating collections and, you know, inspiring interiors. Like
it's everything. It's everything.
It's beyond what any of us can do, but. You know,
but
you gives you some ideas, and
you could, yes, if you, I mean, it might still take money, but you could apply it to a bookshelf or something where you know, maybe etched your own pieces of glass and backlit them. And you could be inspired by this in some way in a smaller square footage.
I think it's glass, Spirit, from what I remember reading, but I highly remember looking up, you know, the Walker Museum of Human Imagination, and you'll be wowed by the things that this man has collected. So that's mine.
Wow. Okay, so now we're in collections, and I chose something that wasn't in my normal wheelhouse. I chose something mid-century modern for all the mid-century lovers. I chose Blue Mountain Pottery as a beautiful collection because this is something that I love the color scheme and the glaze. I definitely appreciate it. So I thought I would include, because I know I go traditional and a little, girly fruit sometimes. Yeah. So I thought I'm going to
That's a great
celebrate.
cat, Leanne.
I'm going to celebrate mid-century.
I would buy that cat.
The cat is gorgeous. And I did find a lot of times, when I'm looking for things, especially on Instagram, they're close-ups. But I did find one picture of someone who actually had a collection and how they incorporated it into their shelving. And
That one on the left. Yeah.
yeah, I thought it was very nicely done.
I love how on the top shelf they have the row of red books laying down to act as like a riser.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
And I think it's funny that the picture there is the dogs playing poker. Do you see it?
I do. Yeah, it's cute.
Also a little kitsch thrown in. Oh, they're all like silly dog pictures.
I wonder if that's a fun kind of den or a bar theme if you do all the dogs.
It's very much like fancy man cave.
Yeah. Okay, and then so we're just skipping to my next celebrating collections.
Yes.
Okay.
The way it worked out, it was easy.
Okay. All right. So the next celebrating collections is something that I personally love. So this is Zuni Petty Point turquoise jewelry, and I have a really pretty necklace. I don't know if you can see it that much, but I have one that I love.
Ooh.
So this is something that if you like, I don't know, you can. I still sometimes I say native. I know indigenous is used a lot. I know it's very, the terminology, I don't want to offend anybody, but I still use the word tribe. I hope that's okay. Like the Zuni tribe is known for this particular design of using turquoise in these smaller little stone shapes. And it's so beautiful. So I found some lovely examples. The squash blossom one is beautiful.
Is that what the one on the right is squash blossom?
The one on the right, yes.
Okay.
The little a squash blossom is the little on the sides. Is
I
little blossom. See the little silver.
The silver things are this. I see it now.
Correct. Those are the blossoms. So you could have a squash blossom necklace in all silver, or in more of a traditional turquoise with larger stones. There's all different types of them, but this would be considered a petty point because of the stonework on it. And it's usually done by the indigenous Zuni tribe of people. Yes. Yeah. Yes. So love it.
Where are the Zuni people located?
I think in Arizona.
Say somewhere in the Southwest.
Yeah, Southwest. Definitely.
Are they marked?
Some of it is marked. Like I brought that's what, if you were to buy some for yourself, I would definitely look for one that is marked. This is a brooch / pendant.
That's pretty.
That I have. And it is marked on the back. I think this one is Begay, which is a very famous family. There are a lot of different branches of the Begay family. So, but
how do you spell that?
Begay.
Okay.
So it is.
I don't think there's black in there. I think it's just like the natural tarnishing of the silver. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. It's usually sterling silver. So if you're looking at the squash blossom, that's just oxidized sterling.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that if for those of us who love to collect jewelry, one of the categories that you could collect.
All right. I promised last week that I would tell you my favorite terrible Netflix movies that I've watched over the past 3 weeks. And it just so happens that I love the one with this guy in it. He's in both.
In both movies?
Adam DeMoss. He's in both movies. And so the Falling in Love one, I thought y'all would enjoy because she wins an old inn, and it's a money pit, and she ends up having to fix it up, right? So
right.
So it might appeal to those of us who love old and broken down things, as we do. And then Netflix was like, you watch this one with this guy. This one has this guy too. Watch it. And it's about wine. So, Netflix has me pinned down. But it's super cute, And what I have discovered in that Netflix movies follow a different formula than Hallmark movies, because you know how all the memes about Hallmark movies is like, yes, the high-powered lawyer falls in love with a small-town guy and then gives up her career. That's not what happens in Netflix movies. It's not. They fall in love, but then something happens, and she's like, well, obviously I'll have to do this myself. And then he changes his mind and supports her.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting. And she forgives him.
Well, yeah. Usually there's a big gesture involved. So. Oh, thanks, Spirit. So I recommend both of these movies. They were fun to watch. There was also another Christina Milian movie that I watched that was fun. But
Christina, wait, you say it again? Christina
Milian. She's actually a singer.
Oh, this is Christina Milian right here.
Yeah, on the left.
Okay.
The Falling in Love movie. You should, Leanne, I am bitter sometimes too, but I'm also a hopeless romantic, so...
The sheep? If I saw the sheep, I would be interested.
The animals. And do you see the goat in the Falling in Love one? I feel like this was by the same person, because the goat is a resident of the inn. And it's fun.
I would like that.
It's really cute. It's really cute. I recommend both of these. So
awesome. Okay, cool. I'm gonna put it on the list. If I could just get onto Netflix, I haven't been able to watch anything. Nothing.
It's great to put on while you're packaging. Just saying.
I actually didn't watch anything while I was packaging. I was really trying to stay in the zone because I like to make sure with a lot of new names, just not to make any mistakes, and then I'm copying and everything's going in the right slot. And anywhoosies.
Whoosy botsons. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. No. Yep. Sorry.
You scared.
I'm sorry. Okay. So my media must is a YouTube channel, and I haven't been able to consume a lot of media, like I was just saying. So I chose this YouTube channel because this is one of the channels that I found during the shutdown, the same way I found Chateau Diaries. And this is Kylie Flavel. So when I started watching, Kylie was just starting to date her now husband. The thing is, I haven't watched in quite a long time. She now is a mother. She has a very young baby. So a lot has happened that I have missed, but it's wonderful for those of us who want to, go to a YouTube channel and go to another country. She is an expat from Australia who lived in Florence when she met her current husband. But what I'm going to recommend, because she did gain a lot of popularity when her and her at the time boyfriend, they were trying to fix up this Italian. This home belongs to his family, so they actually live in one of the barns, one of the small buildings on this
outbuildings.
One of the outbuildings on this property, and so she was using the momentum from the popularity of the renovation phenomenon, like the. oh gosh, Pethricks, like the Pethricks.
Mm-hmm.
I think she was trying to use that. So, but I'm going to recommend if you want to enjoy. Her videos are romantic. She's a great filmmaker. She definitely has backgrounds in magazine editing. If you want to get a taste of her history before she got to where she is now, this Q&A video here on the bottom is fairly recent. You don't have to go. It's about a month old. But if you watch it, you can, especially at the beginning, you can get a good idea of what her life was like from age 17 to now, and like her experience with traveling to Europe and living in different places in Europe, and her journey. So even though you look at her and you think, my goodness, well, of course she's really popular. She looks like a model and stuff. But if you actually look at some of her history, you'll gain like more respect for like how hard she has worked. She's not just a pretty face. She's very gifted in communication, a very good writer, and her videos are worth it, especially if you just want to spend a weekend where you just want to dive into something else. Watch her. She's got some fun, beautiful scenery, just fun romance. She does great editing and beautiful to watch.
Okay.
So,
this is the documentary that told me about the Walker Museum of Human Imagination.
Okay.
It's called The Booksellers. It's a documentary about antiquarian booksellers, the people who deal in these crazy expensive manuscripts and who hunt them down, and how the image on the right is from one of their large book fairs, where they're selling and buying. And they do talk about, how the internet has changed that, what it means for the market going forward, why they don't recommend it as a job. So this is on Amazon Prime, is where I watched this.
I wish I had that.
Oh, we can watch it together when you come visit.
Okay, we need to get a list, an Amazon Prime list of when I come over.
Okay.
It's going to be long.
So it might be available elsewhere as well, but I watched it. It was included in Amazon Prime. So if you search for it, you may be able to find it elsewhere because it's been out for a while. So it might not be exclusive to Amazon Prime. But I found it very interesting. So, oh no.
What are you reading?
Catherine, there's a book where Johnny Depp is a high-end bookseller.
Oh.
Yeah, these people are characters.
I haven't seen that one.
I guess you don't get into this, type of work if you're, happy with a 9-to-5 or regular income.
And isn't that the case with most creative romantic artists? Like a lot of venues, you end up the ones that feed your interest and soul, they're not the big money makers.
Yeah. So
labor of love.
I have never done one of those, Angela. You'll have to. We could do a watch party.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I recommend. And that's how I found out about the Walker Museum. And I was like, oh my God, look at this place.
That's amazing. I mean,
when Catherine said, when he passes away, and he says when he does, when he is gone, there are items in his collection that will absolutely go straight to a museum. He's like, but I feel like the rest of it should all go back into circulation, for people to buy and sell and add to their collections. So that was it. Oh, the ninth gate.
Was she making a joke? Yeah. Or Kathy, I don't know if you watched her recent video where it was kind of the compilation between like her trip to Bangor and the two concerts she went to, the Aerosmith concerts. Anyway.
Oh, Catherine's, yeah.
Yes. When she went to the Stephen King house, she said that he bought the house next door and it was a retreat, right, Catherine? A retreat, I think, for like book writers. Woo! I just lost my. Okay, sorry, I swiped you away. Got you back. But how cool would it be if that sci-fi home could turn into a retreat for science fiction writers or something, or like young
or inventors or whatever. Yeah. It's also in New England, so who knows?
Oh, is it?
Who knows? Yeah. I think he's in Connecticut.
Oh.
Well, we've been talking a lot, so it's time to move on.
That's all right. Let's move. Okay, so we need to go.
It's history highlight time.
History highlight. This won't take long. This was just, I'm just doing like a quick porcelain review, and then we're gonna look at some photos. So that's okay that we spent more time on the other stuff. So I decided to choose trinket boxes because if I chose Limoges porcelain, it would just be too big. So I'm just do a little history of like Limoges. If you find a piece of porcelain and it says Limoges, it's a city in France. Some people think Limoges might be a company. It is not. It's just a location in France. And it happens to be where a lot of the porcelain was made because that's where they finally
necessary ingredients.
Yes, they found the magic ingredients. So porcelain manufacture was discovered in China in the 6th century, and it was elusive to the Europeans who desperately wanted to replicate it, but didn't know how until they found the kaolin in certain mines in the ground. So kaolin is what gives porcelain its whiteness, its durability, because it's actually very strong, and its translucency. It's what makes porcelain very special because porcelain, before that, like in Europe, you had the ceramic. It had to be thicker and heavier, kind of like restaurant ware, to be really sturdy. And they were amazed at the Chinese examples where it was so thin, yet so strong. And it had such a white, like they were never able to capture that bright white because they didn't know how the Chinese were doing it. But finally, it wasn't until the 18th century. So, I mean, China had, the lockdown on this for quite a while. But by the 18th century, kaolin was finally discovered in Europe, in Germany in 1709.
Mm-hmm. And then it's a type of clay. It's a layered silicate clay.
Yeah. And then in 1768 in France, near Limoges, which why they had factories in Limoges.
Before everyone lost their heads.
Right. Before everyone lost their heads. Yes.
There's no humor again.
It's okay. So finally discovering the kaolin is, what triggers the development of what we think of as Limoges porcelain. So it was under a tax collector named Turgot, who saw it as a big resource and really pushed manufacturing. And so let's see, he found it in 1771. That's when kind of like the production.
Before the revolution, it was largely like controlled by the crown, wasn't it?
I know that the king, Louis something, really also had an influence. I didn't throw it in here, but if I remember, like he had an influence where he actually bought some of the manufactories. Mm-hmm. So yes, if it didn't have the support of the crown, it might not have grown and been as popular as quickly at the time, but it did kind of have the backing of the royal moolah, the money. Okay, what did I? Oh, there was a quick kind of like pause in manufacturing during the French Revolution, but after the French Revolution, by 1827, you've got 16 factories, and by 1850, you've got more than 30 factories. So basically, you know, it's like they find it, they're into it. There's the revolution, it slows down, and then then it kicks back up again. Let's see. In 1830, while there were a lot of dinner services, the world fairs really kind of pushed some of the manufacturers to explore the decorative arts. And that's where I didn't go into a lot of some of the beautiful Limoges decorative arts at this time period. But it was definitely part of what established Limoges porcelain as a key player.
Yeah, at the forefront. Mm-hmm.
Yes. So now we're just going to look at trinket boxes. Trinket boxes, they're miniature hinged containers. They started from the snuff box tradition and then later just became storage boxes for little treasures and love notes. And the trinket box collections, as far as like in the wealthier communities, they were inspired because Empress Josephine, Napoleon's wife, she started collecting them. And as we've seen in a lot of things, when the royalty kind of becomes enamored with something, that interest does trickle down to the other wealthier classes and maybe even some of the lower classes. I don't really know how expensive trinket boxes were back then, but they were.
And they also probably, because, you know, if the royals weren't related to the other royals, then, you know, they were sending them gifts to like curry favor or whatever. So if she favored them, she probably was like, "Oh, here you go.
Yeah.
You know where you can buy them? Here in France."
That's true. That's true. Yes. So she did kind of. He was the first person. Oh. Okay.
See, it picked up a minute today.
So this kind of, you know, started the craze, and to be quite honest, trinket boxes are still highly collected. And I just wanted to really quick discuss the authenticity, because they are how do you want to just use the word counterfeited?
Well, there's different levels. They're like, the porcelain can be made in Limoges.
Mm-hmm.
Then it could be sent somewhere else to be painted. And then, you know, it could be, the porcelain could be made in Limoges, and then the painting can be done in Limoges, and then it's exported and sold by someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have Limoges plates that says, you know, painted in Limoges, made in Limoges, but sold by some company in New York.
Yeah. So this is for some of us who are resellers, or even just if you're interested in collecting. For the authentic Limoges trinket box, what a lot of people really want to look for is they want it to say hand painted.
It's MAIN, because
yes,
that's hand.
Yes,
in French.
Yes. So you're going to want to look for usually the hand painted in the like written script is usually what will command the higher dollars, let's say. Yeah, so I put, like, many collectors won't purchase a box without these kinds of marks on the bottom.
Well, and then there's a lot of transfer Limoges happening. Look at that mouse inside.
So, part of the appeal of the Limoges Trinket Boxes is the artists have been there. The techniques have been, passed down. They have very talented artists who can paint on these little small pieces of porcelain. And a lot of the collections now usually have a theme or a character. And the clasp on the box a lot of time will be related to the theme of the box. And usually on the interior, there will either be a painting that relates to the theme of the box or an extra piece of porcelain. So you can see with the cat, the mouse is painted on the interior, and then the hat box has the little hat. But those two are usually, key parts of having one that is made in Limoges. And the figural ones are the ones that command the highest prices that I have seen. The rest of these slides are pretty much going to be things that I found online. Things where like
castle.
The castle, I know. Very, very cute.
Chateau.
The chateau. Okay.
It is a Limoges box. It's probably a chateau.
Yes. And there are literally like millions of these out there. Part of the appeal of this is especially not just people in Europe, but us, us in the States. You travel to France and you go to the Limoges area. It's one of like the biggest, other than like Paris and the wine country, Bordeaux. A lot of people will go to Limoges as one of their destinations. And the trinket box is so small, it makes it a very easy for souvenirs. Yeah. So many of these exist. And the first one I put was one of my listings. And this is from Artoria, which I probably could have gotten more money for this. But I found this at an estate sale and it happened to be $3. So I was happy to put it at a price that I thought it would be snapped up quickly. A lot of pieces that had the Artoria on the bottom, like way over $100.
Yeah, Bergamot is a well-known house in Limoges.
So this one, you could see you've got the gazebo and the clasp is a little arrow, and the interior was the iris.
So pretty.
Very, 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 very pretty. They're super small. And then this page is what I would consider good prices for what they were. Like some of these, I think probably
this is your collection entry point.
Yeah, kind of like what I found where I was like, okay, if you wanted to buy yourself one, I think these had creativity. They had the different clasp. I didn't put the underside, but they had the right marks, really nice hand painting, collectability interest, the led to the chair, the cottage, and of course the cat. And so these are like that cottage for $49 was probably the best buy I found when I was looking. And I really thought this pig was a really good find too. Because the pig, look at the clasp, it's an apple. And then the painting on the inside
is a little dark.
Yeah, you have the little farm on the interior. And then this one. I found one for $35.
Farm one.
Look at this one I found for $35. I think
that's crazy.
That's still money on the bone, really. With the scissor clasp.
And the safety pin inside.
Yeah. And I know by looking at it, I can tell the clasp, the hallmark, that's what I mean by it's a good price. Because there's a lot of these where they wouldn't be, they might say Limoges or a stamp, but it doesn't have the hand painting in the script. It doesn't have painting on the inside of the box. There's a lot of things where it's like, that's not really a collector's Limoges piece. Like I was finding ones where I knew for a fact that is one that a collector would consider consider that's authentic.
Yeah.
So now we're good. I wanted to share some in the higher range where they command some huge dollars.
6 fresh eggs.
This is a teeny tiny box that people buy $200. It's like this big.
Are the eggs porcelain too?
Eggs are porcelain, so I kind of get it. But here's the thing. Everyone, I understand that all of it. It's quality. It was hand painted, but like it depends.
As someone who paints tiny things,
I know it, but I think like for me,
a lot of detail.
For me, if I ever wanted to collect the more character type, like I have some Limoges boxes, but they're simple. They just have the flowers. They're very boring, but they're my price range. Then I like those. Mm-hmm. I don't think I would ever pay.
You're not a chicken person. I know chicken people, and they would flip over this.
Really?
Yeah.
But it's so small.
I know.
Now this one, look at this one.
Joyce, close your eyes.
Now this one, if you guys ever find a Limoges box and it says Rochard on it, that's a whole extra level of caliber beyond just the Limoges France hand-painted hallmarks. If you find Rochard, you're like guaranteed at least $200. So
look at his polka dot pants.
Yeah, I thought this one was pretty dang cute.
I know. Now I just want to sculpt frogs riding things. That's what I want to do. Mm-hmm.
Or you could sculpt snails with different riders. Yeah. Like you could have different riders on like a series of snails and then have different.
A snail parade.
A snail parade. That'd be fun. Okay.
Joyce, I might be able to sculpt you one. I can't buy you that.
And this one, obviously, a lot more detail on the interior. So this one kind of makes sense, but still, I mean, we're talking these teeny tiny boxes commanding a lot of money. But this one did have a lot of extra charm because of all of that detail on the interior of the little tree house there. And then I think there was just one more. Another one. Yeah, this was another one that's Rochard. And because of the Rochard, over $300. I don't know. But I thought it kind of combines collections and reseller education.
Right.
So it's just something good to know. And that was it.
Now, I know you brought a favorite thing. And I brought the favorite thing I promised to bring last week. So, do you want to go first? You can,
sure.
Or you want me to talk since you've been talking?
Oh, sure. Wait. Hold on. You go.
So, when I was shopping with Sheila, I found a new silver plate tea set. And so I promised to bring the one I'm replacing, which will be for sale on my channel on Sunday. Because I don't need to. So the one this is the coffee pot of the one I'm replacing.
Which is beautiful.
It was just a coffee pot and teapot. And see, it's got the heat stops. It's got a lovely flower. It's not super old. It's Oneida.
Mm-hmm.
So, I love its feet. I love its feet. I will miss the feet. My new ones don't have feet, but you'll see. And then this is the teapot. I love the shape of the teapot. Look at the spout.
Oh, it's cute.
It almost looks like the mouth of a creature.
Yeah.
So this was, they say, buy, if you're looking to start a collection, buy what you can afford, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that was this when I bought these, I don't know, 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I did use them a couple times. But these will be moving on to a new home because, okay, hold on. So these, I haven't looked up the marks on this yet, but Derby SP Company, International Silver Company. So here's the bottom. But
Beautiful. It's beautiful.
And it's tarnished. But look at the lid.
I would have bought that if I had seen it too. I mean,
and the lid
easy
is attached.
It's great.
Lid is attached. I did spirit this one up here is new, and this one is new. Those were a gift from Sheila when I went to visit. And then, here's I ran out of room on my little table. Yeah, so the tag said that all 5 pieces were a certain price, but they were sitting on a tray. But there were 5 pieces sitting on the tray, so I didn't know if the tray was included, and I didn't want to buy it and the tray not be included. So I left the tray there, and Sheila picked it up for me because it was included. So there's a whole tray.
Oh,
too. It doesn't match it exactly, but look at those flowers.
Oh, I love it. I love that, Angela.
She said it's heat stops too. And then, which maybe y'all can help me figure this out, because obviously here we've got the creamer.
Oh, love
See, it. My other ones didn't come with a creamer sugar. It was just the teapot, and actually it's the teapot, the coffee pot, and a tray. And here's the sugar.
Oh, yes.
And then, which I just realized, I don't know what's in between. I don't know what's in between these medallions right here, but it's pretty. And then there was another piece which doesn't have a lid.
Oh, bonus.
It's a bonus piece. I don't know. I will use it for fake sugar packets.
Perfect.
Because that's mainly what I use. But, so what do you think I paid for these 5 pieces plus a tray?
I don't know, but I'm guessing it was awesome. I
paid up a bit.
How big is the tray? Was the tray really decorative?
The tray was moderately decorative. It has feet.
Because the trays,
it was heavy. It was heavy.
Denver, those trays would be easy $125 to $175.
Joyce is close. No, Susan.
For the whole thing?
That would be a great. So for those 5 pieces plus a tray, it was $65.
See, that's amazing. That's amazing. That's like what? $15 a piece?
Not even.
Not even.
Just over $10 a piece.
Just over 10. That's an amazing, amazing deal you got.
I know, I had to.
Beautiful.
I saw those in the first room we went in, and then I was like, so I do this thing. I I got this in Virginia. And it was the first room we went in, and I was like, but I couldn't jump on the very first thing I saw. So I took a picture and we walked around, and then I was like, nope, I got to get it. I got to get it.
I agree. Yes, Gavin.
If y'all need a coffee tea set Sunday on my channel. It will be available for a very good price.
Wow.
What about your favorite thing?
Well, I actually brought two favorite things from both of them from Angela's Sunday matinee sale. One of the things I bought there was this little doll. Ain't she the cutest little cloth doll? I mean, she's one of those ones where you bought the fabric and made her, but the artist added trim on the little dress and the pockets, and like she has an underskirt and little like trim with the bloomers. Just
bloomers.
Sweet, just sweet, adorable. And it was, she was literally giving stuff away on her clearance sale, you guys. It was amazing. And so the other thing I bought was this little vintage jewelry box, which I immediately put in my Christmas retro display. And so I used it to display two of my little retro Christmas cards.
Those are cute.
And my green and red rhinestone jewelry. And what I'm going to do, so I'm going to put it away, right? But after Valentine's Day, I'm going to take this away, put in a postcard. And I do have a little clover rhinestone brooch. And then I'm going to bring this back out again and use it for St. Patrick's Day.
I wish I had thought of that.
Isn't it great?
It was perfect for St. Patrick's Day.
Well, it's just great. It's a wonderful little display box. I loved this pink satin with the green. It's
Spirit. You'll have to send us a picture.
It's great.
She got trimmets like mine on a live sale, and she's going to put them on the bulkhead in her kitchen.
Oh, yes. Send us a picture. We want to see. Oh,
hey, Miss Pam.
And just really quick, another favorite thing. I did pick this up at the Withering Cottage sale.
Oh, you and your crescent moons.
Yeah. Yes, but this one isn't quite like an actual moon. Like it kind of is, but when I put it next to my moons, it didn't quite work. So that's why I was like, okay, this is going to go into my Christmas. It's going to go over here. But you can't really tell, but these stones are actually a darker gray. They're really pretty. So they look good with antique silver. So
nice.
So a lot of favorite things that I wanted to share. And then you even did. Look, we're running over an hour, but
then I had to have a quote.
You had a quote. So let's add the quote.
Hey, Miss Pam. So I just, I love to pick a quote on a theme. So in the new year, never forget to thank your past years because they enabled you to reach today. Without the stairs of the past, you cannot arrive at the future. And that was Mehmet Murat Duzan. Because that's all. That's what I wanted to say. I was going to do another toast, a toast to the new year. But then I was drinking water and I was like, I can't give you guys a toast and not be able to toast you.
Oh. So. Well, how about just a wish for all of us to have a rewarding next year. We can set out a few goals and hopefully reach one or two of them.
Yeah. And which I loved your video about what you're looking for in 2023. So I'd love to hear what other people are looking for.
Oh yeah.
As the collection year continues. I'm letting go because I had to do some major rearranging for due to some Christmas presents. So in my sale, I'm selling my biggest swung vase because I now have nowhere to put it. It's big. But I don't have anywhere to keep it safe from the cats now.
Thanks, Jeannie.
And so, yeah. So thanks so much, everybody, for coming. Like, I feel like, the chat today, helped us just keep talking. So,
Yeah.
be sure to follow Heather if you enjoyed the show, and then follow me because we'll be on my channel next week at 7 p.m. Eastern. I'm excited to figure out what the history highlight's going to be. But thanks so much, everybody. I hope the new year brings you all nothing but fantastic things, both physically and metaphysically. So,
yes,
all the things.
Yes, and for me, it's just about. I can't wait to work on more projects with you. I'm so excited that we have found each other, Angela, and I just can't wait. I mean, we're gonna have our year anniversary for our show this year. It's gonna
be here before you know it.
I know, it's gonna be fun. So
thanks so much, everybody. Have a fantastic night, and I hope the rest of your week is great.
Yes, we love you guys. Good night.
Bye.